The community I thank God for that. Because you go to certain places, you have advantage and disadvantage. Some people might like you and others might dislike you.
Okay.
But I thank God on the place I went to, it was very, very good for me because I enjoy being there. The people there, we socialize, share different kind of things and beliefs. Yeah.
Yes, as you said, Mr. Demba, many people in the Gambia always say, as teachers, life in the rural Gambia is not easy at all. But as you stated, talking about the relationship between the teachers there and the community is very cordial. What is your case like?
And my case there also, I think I will talk about the relationship between the school, or let's say between the student or the teachers around that area. It's so easier for you to build a relationship in those areas because those places, people are very open. And they are very interested to see, like, for example, when they say someone is a teacher, they will be very interested on that person. They will make sure they follow you to find out some of these things. Oh, this guy is a teacher. This is great. They welcome you. And the society is very friendly at large. Yeah.
All right, that is very important. As we stated, we all know sometimes it's never easy. As I talked about earlier, leaving your family members, going to join in a community where you are not known by many, be part of them. Of course, it's very important for you to socialize with them. What are some of the challenges that you normally face with the community there?
And sometimes a problem is communication might be a problem because one business, my first posting at the Kia West, I was posted in a flood community, so where I cannot able to communicate.
So there was a language barrier between you and the
in the class, yeah. So I find it difficult for you to deliver or to make to teach them in the class.
So how do you cope to manage that situation?
At times I engage. I try by even to speak the language itself because I could not try, but I try by all means to speak full language. And also I call some people around to come and help me during my lesson so that they can make those people.
Language barrier?
No, concerning this point, I have no problem with it.
That is how close, yes.
Yes, I know, Madam Gomez, you're a little bit far from the highway of road. What is your case like? Are you having benefited any form of like allowances?
Yes, that is the hardship. Because we are off the road. We are benefiting from the hardship, the double shift, together with the provincial allowances. Yes.
I can see you are enjoying in that area. Because teachers in the Congo here, most of them are having. But when it comes to provincial allowance, we are not been benefiting, and of course also coming down to the other allowances as well. So, how do you manage the situation there when it comes to your?
If you see about these allowances, sometimes for this year it is totally different from the previous years. Because if you look last year, the past year, things have gone different. It's a different one. This time around, it is not even a percentage. We did not even know how it comes about. Yeah, that is for the provincial allowance. When you come to the hardship also, some areas are far than each other. Like the place I am, it is about 4 kilometers off the road. And we normally find it very difficult, like if we want to go out or if we want to come in. We find it very difficult because there is no commercial vehicle there that is going in and out of the community. Yeah, so we find it a very difficult there. So looking at this hardship also, it's a change one. It's a change one like the last year, how it was, the same thing. It does not apply this year. Things have changed, both the provincial allowance and the hardship.
So now, do you think this hardship allowance, the provincial allowance, have changed your condition of living in the provincial Gambia?
Of course it does, because what you were getting like the previous years, you will not get it again. You will not get it because it's like it is cut. Yeah, so it cannot be the same again, and that too, it will affect us who are there.
Yes, thank you very much for that deliberation and of course dilating on that point. Coming to you, Mr. Demba, I believe the provincial allowances and of course hardship normally start from the, from Maninaba going downwards. Schools in the West Coast going to Upper River region. Meaning starting from Maninaba going down up to Bolibana end. Today, if you are asked to go to Bolibana, will you like to go there?
Yeah, I'll go there.
Okay. Now, they're talking about the allowances, the provincial allowance. You're not having, well, I can see you're not benefiting from the hardship allowance.
Hardship, yes.
So, with the little allowance that we are having, can that able to sustain your living there?
Yeah, I manage, life is all about management.
Okay.
So I do manage that little amount that I have at the end of the day.
All right. So, what advice do you have for the government when it comes to allocation of allowance for teachers in the provincial Gambia?
I think government need to be considered. They need to be visiting all the schools.
Okay.
Because most of the schools, in fact, they need to be given this hardship and some of these allowances they are talking about here, as Madam stated. So I think even our school, we need to have, we're supposed to have this hardship and allowance, because if you look at the distance from our school to the highway, it's very far. So I think they need to go around and check some of the schools, how many kilometers from those schools, so that they can able to determine, they can able to find out, or some of these schools, whether they should have these allowances or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I believe these allowances are forms of motivation to motivate the teachers to go to the rural Gambians, of course, provincial Gambians to serve the nation. But majority of the teachers in the Gambia here are not willing to go there. That's why I believe the ministry come up with this initiative to also encourage teachers to be in those areas. All right, so thank you very much for that. And now we're talking about the issue of the status of teachers. Now we have to talk about the level of qualified teachers. Because I remember those days, the problem that are normally highlighted in teaching field is that the low level of qualified teachers in our schools. And most people will always describe the rural Gambia or the provincial Gambia. That's where we have more unqualified teachers. Is that the case here?
Yeah, I believe this because I saw a teacher that's teaching for almost 20-something years now.
Okay.
And they are still teaching, and they don't go back to develop themselves and come back. And meaning most of the teachers are not even, let's say, they are still a PTC holders, and they are still teaching. And those teachers, I'm advising them for them to go back and then to upgrade themselves to another level.
Do you think we have teachers who are teaching in those schools who have never been to college?
Yeah, it might be possible, yeah. Most of the school, yeah, it might be possible, yeah. But I never witnessed it.
Good. All right. Thank you very much. Now, Madam Gomez, as I asked him, is the issue of the qualified teachers in the provincial Gambia. As the same question I asked, the question I also throw back to you. That is, I can say masses in the Gambia always believe that teachers in the provincial Gambia are not that much equipped, and of course are not qualified compared to teachers in the urban settlements here. Is that the case there? And if so, what do you think needs to be done for us to increase and of course to transform that system?
Thank you. It could be difficult. The moment you reach there, now you are friendly with the environment. So coming back here sometimes it used to be difficult for you to come and upgrade yourself. So obviously it will be a difficult task within the combos here. But for there, we will not have that maybe the capability to do that. Okay. Or maybe we will say the class in summer, you will find it difficult to go in and out because of the condition there, the conditions attacked there.
Yes, very well. That is quite enough to dial it on. And of course, to do this attention to the level of the communication level when it comes to you, between you and your family members in Combo here. And I believe the issue of Jara to Combo is a bit far. So how do you manage to communicate with your family and get access to them?
At times it's very challenging, so especially the network problem. Okay. Sometimes I want to need to be patient and need to wait for the right time when the network is available. Then I connect them again. Then I join.
I remember televisions that teachers in the provincial Gambia, most especially areas in URR, far places like Bolibana have been complaining about the issue of network issues. Yeah, so. In fact, some of them have gone to the extent of using Senegalese SIM card in order for them to communicate with their family members here. So is that, do you have the same situation or condition when it comes to network problem in the area of, I can say in Wadi region?
Yeah, provincial areas, most of the areas, especially the areas that are off-roads, the areas that are very far from the highway, they may find it difficult sometimes when it comes to communication. They may find a lot of challenges because most of those areas, they are very remote areas. They are very far from the highway. Okay, yeah.
Yes, Madam Gomez, you are benefiting from the hardship because I know the place is far. That's why the government try to give you that incentive for you to also benefit. What is the issue of like the communication in those areas? I believe it is far from the highway. Do you have any problem with communication there between you and your family members?
In fact, I was on a haste to answer this question.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
In my experience, the first week I have gone to that place, I read there. For the whole 2 weeks, my phone, I have no network, no communication between me and my family members.
That's serious.
It was like I even want to come back. To be honest, it was like I even want to come back.
Okay.
I used to communicate through my friend's phone because they will say that maybe you are a stranger, your phone is attracted to this place, to the system, something like that.
Yes.
I was like, I'll even go home, I'll come back. Seriously, the network there is just very bad. It's bad.
I can remember my first year, the guy wants someone to help her to swap. They told her that you're not far because looking at that phone, the phone is just at the corner here. It's not far from
it's not far.
No, I have never crossed Brikama, so I don't think I can even go to Fonyi. So these are the problems the Gambian people are having because anywhere you are posted, it's the same Gambia. You're not going beyond the border of the Gambia, between the confine of the Gambia. So, but sometimes you have seen people always trying to cry over their plight that we cannot go to the provincial Gambia. But I believe those students in the provinces deserve the education that students in the Congo deserve. But sometimes people only have this level. As what we experience there, when you go there, the issue of communication becomes a problem for you, and you decided to come back because of what you're not that much familiar to the system there, and also adopt to the situation in that place. But I believe everything is okay now with you.
Yeah, it's getting better, but the network, to be honest, there the network is just bad. Okay. The network isn't good there in that village.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's why I believe that if you talk about issue of incentive, that is why the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, going down to the MRC Holland Foundation, they have put down a mechanism to ensure that they encourage teachers to go to rural Gambia, whereby they always give priority to teachers who are teaching in the provincial Gambia to benefit from the scholarship than teachers teaching in Congo here. So many teachers have been complaining about this. But one time I raised this question where we are sitting to my colleagues. The reason the ministry and of course MRC Holland is giving priority to those teaching in the rural Gambia to benefit from the scholarship. But one of the questions that I received was is that they want to encourage teachers to go to the provincial Gambia. But my response was, if those teachers are to come back and foreign education and they have to apply for study leave, and the moment they come here, that place will be vacant. So the case is, the man was telling me that no, they want to encourage more teachers from the college. When they are graduated, they can go to that place and serve. So even those who will leave to come here, they have to go and foreign education. But students, new students from the Gambia college who have been graduated can go to the rural Gambia and serve those areas. So I believe the ministry to ensure that teachers in the provincial Gambia also have to benefit from the scholarship based on their incentives there. So now, we continue that level. Ms. Gomez, you have students in your school. You have female students, you have the male students in your school. How is the connection like between you and those students?
Thank you. Looking at the connection or the rapport between us and the kids there, I can say it is very encouraging. Okay. Yeah, it is very encouraging because they like, the kids themselves, they like to interact with their teachers. That is, if you give them your heart or the opportunity to interact with you. But knowing their level, you have to stop them at any cost before they will do something bad. Okay. Yes. So the interaction there with the kids is very, very fine, and it is very cordial.
Yeah. Another difficult moment for teachers, most especially male teachers in the provincial Gambia, is the issue of female students. How are you cooperating with them, Mr. Demba? Because sometimes it's never easy being with them. Sometimes most of them are matured. Yeah, sure. When it comes to those kind of schools. Yeah, yeah. So how do you cooperate with those students then?
They are very socialized also, and they want to be with their teachers all the time. But the problem is you have to be careful whatever you are doing, and also you follow whatever you are doing and the purpose of why are you there also. So if you are in those areas also, you have to be very conscious and you have to be very focused on your work also. To be with them is not a problem, but it will be in a time, let's say, within the school hours, but not outside the school. Yeah.
And the other thing is the schools in the provincial Gambia benefit from the WFP program, that is food program whereby students have been given food. Is your school benefit from that?
Yes.
All right. So how is the situation like there when it comes to...
What the man was buttressing us is like, there is a girl there. That girl is beyond 17 above.
Okay,
She's in grade 6.
Okay.
So she was trying to encourage us to put alcohol.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
yes. So I told him that will not be a problem. We'll go safe and come back safe.
Yeah, I know the man is somehow worried and concerned.
Yes, he's...
Now, talking about issue of the World Food Program, WFP program, this become an initiative by the WFP through the government of the Gambia. And of course, the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education to also cater food for students in the provincial Gambia, in order to encouraging them to go to school. And I know most of the students sometimes go to fuller communities. Yeah. Fuller will send their children to school because of food. Yeah. So that's true. The point here is, are you benefiting from the WFP program, and how is the situation like that when it comes to feeding?
Yes, we are benefiting from the WPF. Okay. But for the past, I can say, maybe 6 months, because we have not been benefiting from these food programs. Okay. But I don't know why. Okay. Yes, it stopped since first time. When we come back second time, hoping that they will bring something, but we didn't see anything.
So you mean that the food program, it stops first time?
It stopped since first time.
So second time, third time, students are not having any food?
Students are not having any food. And that is very discouraging to the kids.
Okay, now do you see any changes in the lives of the students in the school when it comes to their learning process in the classroom?
Of course, yes. Because sometimes you will be teaching, a student will be lying down. What is your problem?
I see.
Yes.
So, and this is somehow worrying. And coming to you, Mr. Demba, as he stated, this is a problem of many students in the Gambia. Yeah. And of course, that's why I believe the ministry have to help them to, and try by all means to provide feeding for students in the provincial Gambia in order for them to benefit and of course to sit in class comfortably and learn. So, what is the state of the students in your school when it comes to food provision?
It is very difficult. As you said, sometimes it goes to more than a month. We are not able to get the supply. I don't know where the supply is exactly coming from. Okay. Or sometimes when the supply is finished, before they communicate with those people to bring the supply, it takes sometimes a month. We experience and face a lot of challenges as teachers and also the kids also there. Because teachers sometimes we do manage and do some budgeting contribution and then we prepare some foods and then we eat that one because we are on double shift. We cannot stay there the whole day and we are not eating. So meaning it is going to affect us and also even the kids. So the kids will be complaining, they will feel lazy in class. They will feel lazy and also they will be complaining about my stomach, I don't eat since in the morning. They face a lot of challenges about this.
So and also they will be affect their performance in class?
So it affects their so it's affecting their performance in class. Because some students are not even coming to school. They will be coming to school later. As we do normally have our lunch break in 11. So within that time of hours, then they leave and go home. They take breakfast and then come back. It will sometimes some people will even stay at home. They will not come back again. So this is affecting our system there.
So what message do you have for the ministry?
So I think the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, they need to be follow up always to check those areas. Whatever they supply, they should not relax. They should be going around and check what are some of the things, why these foods are delayed or why some of the problems we are facing within these supplies are bring or whether they are not available. They need to follow up. They need to make follow up. Yeah.
Yes, I remember nowadays we normally contribute. Students will pay. I remember when I was at the nursery school, government and low basic, we contribute in order for us to eat. But some of students were not able to get that access to get money from their parents to pay because of their condition. Do you have those kind of students in your school who can able to pay? First, before I continue, are students paying in that school when it comes to food? Are they paying like $1 to pay for the food?
No. The contribution that they used to do sometimes is like if the materials or the food is about to get finished, so they will have to tell the parents. Through the student, we are going to communicate through the students so that they can relay the message to their parents. Like in the case of groundnut, because those areas, they grow groundnut a lot. So in the case of groundnut, we will tell each kid to bring a pot of groundnut, all of them. So that also contribute towards food programs.
All right.
Yes.
In your case, are they paying? Students, are they paying?
No, students are not paying. I never been witness students are paying. During our time, we are paying, but
yes.
Now we are not paying.
Okay.
I think they are counting the number of students in the school, something like that, the role of a school, at that particular school. Yeah.
Okay, I think that gives more access to the student also to benefit from the food program.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Demba, our final question before we continue is the level of the rate of people's, like I say, the students' enrollment in the rural Gambia. How do you see that compared to the schools in the Congo?
The enrollment in those areas is always increasing because I've been seeing a lot of students are coming to join the school. And I witnessed ECDs. That one, their role is always increasing all the time because people have been coming to register their kids to join the school. So it's always increasing all the time compared to the combos here. People are just moving, even transfer from Combo to our schools because I've been seeing students from these areas and transfer to LR to join the school. Okay. So meaning that place is more increasing than in Combos here.
Yeah. You talk about the hardship zone. Your school is far from the highway. How is the enrollment like in your school?
The enrollment, I can say, is very bad because in our school, the whole school, I can say the whole school, we don't even have the roll up to 100 students.
Are you serious?
In the school. I'm serious. I'm telling you what.
Don't you have neighboring villages?
There is no neighboring. Our village is isolated. Okay. It's an isolated village. Okay. So it's only that village there. Okay. Yeah. So the role there is very, very poor. Okay. Yes.
I came to learn
looking at our role is almost about 600 plus. We have 600 plus students. Yes, I remember the role.
That is why we look at the difference in the schools here.
Yes, and it's still increasing, and then still increasing. The role is still increasing.
Sure, that's very important here. As we stated, Ms. Fabiana Gomez, Jabisa Lower Basic School in Jara, and of course Mr. Buba Demba, teaching at Kanikunda Lower Basic School. All the schools are in Jara. Today, they are my guests in the studio to shed light on the topic of discussion today. That is teacher status in the Gambia. More especially talking about the lives of teachers in the provincial Gambia. So what advice do you have for the government when it comes to the improvement of lives of teachers in the provincial Gambia?
I think that the government need to be, let's say, to be fully ready and to assist some of these things or to help some of these things, to solve some of these problems also as well. So if you're looking at the teachers, our increment and other things, allowances need to be more attractive so that our living condition also will be okay. And also it will be attract other people also because we are as civil servants, and also teaching is very hard at all. If you look at the teaching itself, people that are out there, they will be expecting you something at the end of the day. So if you are not making any effort or anything, they will say, this guy is only a teacher, but he's not making anything at all. So I think the government need to be checked and also to do some of the things that are going to improve the system.
Yeah, I hope the government will listen to the advice and of course the request as well. Now coming to you finally, Ms. Gomez, what message do you have as motivation to your fellow teachers who are willing to go to provincial Gambia and serve the nation?
Okay. It is not a word of discouragement. I'm just encouraging my fellow colleagues or the ladies who want to go to these provincial areas. It is not bad. In every system, you might have advantage and disadvantage. Yes. Even in the combos here, we face difficulties here. People who are here, they face also difficulties. So has people who are outside there. But still now, it's part of life. Yeah. It's part of life. It doesn't mean that we who are at the provinces there, we are lacking behind. Okay. Or you people are leaving us behind. That is not the case there. So I'm advising them, it is not a word of discouragement. I'm just encouraging them. Because if you look, if you see to it that those areas, they lack teachers. Some schools, you go there, you find it very difficult. Some subjects are there, you cannot teach it alone. Okay. You understand? So I'm advising my fellow ladies to go to the provinces at least and try helping these kids very also. Well. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Just to remind the viewers that you are following us on Jungle Entertainment Universe, your #1 weekly fascinating program. And of course, the program called Teachers Hour, a program that comes your way every Saturday from the hour of 10 to 11. And of course, I'm your host, Bob Garef Jame. Today in the studio, I have a gentleman, of course, a lady who joined me today to discuss on the lives of teachers in the provincial Gambia. We are saying thank you very much. We have now come to the end of the program, but before I go, I have to seek the, my guests to say their few words, last words with the viewers.
Although I'm very happy, I'm happy to be in this platform, and also it's such a kind of encouragement, also motivation as well, and also it's a plus, because as we give in our speech, and also other people are also listening out there. So meaning we are encouraging all of you to join this program and to make this program to be successful all the time. At anywhere you are teaching in this country, you can join this program, and also to make this program to be better.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Ms. Gomez?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jammeh, for the noble invitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
What I'm encouraging others, like my fellow teachers, is like, let us come forward. We are lagging behind. We have to come forward and speak our minds in order to make this country to stand firm.
Okay.
Yes, because like we are the pillars. We are the pillars of this country. I can be very glad, or I'm happy to say that we are the pillar. Why? Because we started from grass. You can go from nursery school up to senior secondary school is a teacher who is teaching you. So we have to stand firm in order to keep our country strong. We are the voice of the country.
All right. And I believe the government of the Gambia, through the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, should be very much steadfast and of course resolute to help the teachers and to, of course, to serve their needs and aspirations as far as teaching in the Gambia is concerned. So we shall continue to invite teachers from different regions across the country to, of course, discuss on our subsequent topics that we'll be bringing here on our program, Teachers Hour. Until then, it has been myself, Babu Karev Jammeh, saying thank you so much for joining us.